I've lived in Auckland for 5 years now, and I've tried all the tourist attractions, done a lot of hikes, and this is where I would personally take my family and have taken my family if this is their first time coming to Auckland. So this is my personal recommendations for you of where to visit when you come to visit Auckland, New Zealand. One thing I've noticed here on YouTube is majority of the recommendations of where to go in Auckland are very generic and they don't really go into all the fun places. So the way that I'm going to structure this video is activities, indoors, outdoor activities like hikes, shopping centers that you might want to visit if you love to shop when you go on travels, and places to eat. Cannot forget the places to eat. Okay, so first things first, experiences. When my grandparents came here, they actually went to Waiheke Island and they did one of those winery tours. I highly recommend. They loved it. If you drink, I don't drink, so I haven't gone on one of those tours, but if you like a little bit of wine, it's gorgeous, so beautiful. I've seen photos. The island in general is really cool. I think it's only like a 45-minute ferry to get there. Scenery is like a winery. There's beaches. You can go for a walk. And then there's also like taste testings and stuff that you can do there. There's cafes as well. So definitely recommend just taking one of your days and going out there. One thing I haven't seen anyone talk about is the All Blacks experience. When my parents came recently, that was one of the experiences we went to go do, and it was so fun. And also had some really good context about like the rugby team, a little bit of Maori culture in there as well. It was a really good all round experience. So highly recommend going to do that. So the All Blacks experience is in the Sky Tower. Everyone talks about jumping off the Sky Tower, but not many people talk about like the different experiences that they have in the Sky Tower. So there's the All Blacks experience. Then there's also the Weta Workshop, which I think if you're really into like movies and behind the scenes of movies, you would really like this one. They have a Weta Workshop in Wellington, but they also have one in Auckland that's not as well known that I've been to that was really cool. Yeah, of course, everyone knows about the Auckland Jump, the one where you jump off the Auckland Sky Tower. I think Beyonce's done it, like all the famous people have done it. So if you're into the thrill, then you can try that as well. It's all at the Sky Tower, so that could be your whole day. They have restaurants in the Sky Tower, but I wouldn't say that they're the best restaurants that Auckland has to offer, and they're really expensive. If you're not set on eating at the Sky Tower, I recommend eating somewhere else rather than spending so much money at the Sky Tower because it's that expensive for the tourists. There's so many other great places you can try for the same amount of money that are going to taste so much better. So I'll get into that later. So this last one for experiences, I have never been. My coworker has gone and she had glowing reviews, and it's something that I really want to do. I haven't even heard about this until like my coworker told me about it. It's called the Whale and Dolphin Safari. It's in Central Viaduct, which is great because you don't have to drive really far. Basically, you get to like see whales and dolphins. This is what my coworker was telling me about. You should try this, especially if you're in the city and you're not trying to go anywhere too far. Most of the like YouTube videos about where you should go, they're near Auckland, but they're actually quite a long drive away from central Auckland. All the places that I'm mentioning in this video are pretty central. Maybe 45 minutes is the longest drive you have to go, but it's not like a 2-hour drive that you would go and you say it's Auckland. Let's talk about some outdoor experiences. If you've come to New Zealand and you want to see something really pretty outside, if you're wanting like a scenic kind of visit and you're only able to visit Auckland because Auckland wouldn't be the best place for all the like beauty that New Zealand has to offer, but Auckland does have some pretty places, and so I'll tell you some hikes that I've done. So for my people who are less athletic, I recommend going to the Waiheke Falls. This has a waterfall and it's gorgeous. The only thing about it is a little bit further out. It's west. A lot of the fun scenic places are west. The only thing about it is that when you're driving down there, it is a really steep drive down, but once you're there, the actual hike is not steep or anything. It's actually quite mild, I'd say. Make sure you wear like some like hiking boots, but overall it's not really that hard. At the end, there's the waterfall, so if you wanted, you could go for a swim. I've seen some people swimming. It's so pretty. And I have taken my parents down there. They were scared to death just because of the like steep like drive down, but the steep drive is so worth it. Once you get there, it's gorgeous. Highly recommend that one, especially if you're not really athletic. If you're in the city and you can't really venture out to like the west area, because these ones are a little bit of a drive, I recommend just going to One Tree Hill, like within the city. And when you get to the top, it's a really good, nice scenic view. That is just like a standard place that everyone goes to during the weekend. Less tourists go there, I'd say. So yeah, try out One Tree Hill if you're trying to stay within Central. Now I want to talk about beaches. These are my favorite beaches. They're gorgeous, gorgeous. I would skip all the North Shore beaches. They're too busy. They're pretty, but they're like busy. They're busy and small. Whereas the ones I'm going to tell you about, they're big and they aren't as busy because they're a little further out, but it's worth the drive. First things first is the black sand beaches. They're all over here on the west, and my favorite is Muriwai. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. Everyone goes there for the sunset. So if you wanted to bring some food out there and just like watch the sunset, it's a great date. And like me and my partner have gone on a date there. It's so pretty when the sunset's there. I don't know what it is about Muriwai and the sunset, but everyone knows that that is the go-to place at night. Like if you want to go watch the sunset, that is the place. So time it out correctly so that you're there for the sunset when you go there. One thing to keep in mind about like the west beaches is to just be a little careful because the waves and everything are really strong and there are riptides there. When you go, they'll have flags of where you should be swimming and also lifeguards. But yeah, be careful around there because I've gotten caught in a riptide before and it is scary. So yeah, just be mindful of that if you like to swim. Definitely keep that in mind when you are going to the western beaches. So like Piha and Muriwai. If you are swimming in the ocean, you kind of want to be a moderate to strong swimmer. Okay, those are all the experiences. Those are like activities that you can go through the day. But if you love to shop while you are out, me and you are the same. I love to shop whenever I go to anywhere new. These are the big shopping centers that are worth your time to go to. I'll also talk about some places in the city that you can go visit. So big shopping centers that kind of like encompass everything, one-stop shop would be Sylvia Park. It's huge and it has like all the mainstream shops, probably all the shops that New Zealand really has to offer. That's like the go-to place for everyone if you're going Christmas shopping, because it just has all the shops in one place. Next one would be Newmarket. So Sylvia Park is a little bit further east or south from the city, and then Newmarket is a little closer to Central. So if you're trying to stay in the city, then Newmarket might be the one for you. They're both really big. Newmarket is the biggest in Auckland, I believe. Newmarket also has like all the shops that New Zealand could really offer. You can also walk onto the street outside of a Newmarket mall, and there's lots of shops on the street as well. So if you're a thrifter and you're wanting something that's a little bit more like authentic New Zealand experience, then you can go to K Road. They have a lot of thrift shops on K Road. You might be disappointed because thrift shopping here in New Zealand is not that cheap unless you go to like Save Mart or something. Thrift shopping is kind of like still on the expensive side, so keep that in mind when you are thrift shopping. There's even a Salvation Army if you're really on a budget. So if you're a thrifter, you will love it. It's a lot more like indie vibes on K Road. There's also great places to eat around there as well. Also, if you're in the city, you might want to check out Commercial Bay. Commercial Bay, the shops there are definitely on the more expensive side. It's right near where Britomart is, which is where all the luxury shops are on Britomart, and then Commercial Bay is near that. It's definitely worth checking out, especially if you're in the city, maybe your hotel or Airbnb is in the city. It's probably walking distance for you. Both K Road and Commercial Bay are central. Newmarket is a little bit out of the city, and then Sylvia Park is the furthest from the city. Now let's get in where to eat. This, if you're a foodie like me, this is the best part. Okay, so where to eat in Auckland. There are so many great places to eat, but there are so many not so great places to eat. So let me give you a little bit of a guide. So for my Aucklanders who live in Auckland, this is all going to be quite basic, but for people who don't live here, they wouldn't know. I'm going to tell my expats, my fellow tourists, where to go eat so that you can have an amazing experience. Where not to eat, do not look for Mexican food here. Mexican food here is not like horrible, but it's not going to be as good as it is back in the States. So just don't look for that here. What is amazing here is Asian fusion, any like Japanese, Chinese, Korean is great here in Auckland. Another thing that's great is Italian food. They do Italian food so well. So the places that I'm recommending are in that realm, like either Asian fusion or Italian. If you're wanting to splurge, if you have some budget to spend, then I recommend going to Soul Bar and Bistro. It is such an experience. The people there have great customer service, which is, I feel, not super easy to find in Auckland. The place that it is central. So it's in the Viaduct, which is a really nice area near the water. It's such a great experience. Dress up when you go to this place. It's definitely a little bit more fancy, but it is definitely worth it. The bread and butter there is so good. I'm such a bread girl. The type of restaurant it is like Italian. So, if you're into Italian food, then you'll love this place. Next, this place I have not been to, but I've heard so many great things. It's called White and Wong's. So that is also near the Viaduct and near the water, really nice area. It's a sit-down restaurant, not as nice, not as fancy as Soul Bar and Beach Show. But it is a Asian fusion. So if you love like Asian food, then this is probably, a place that you might want to check out. I haven't tried it yet, but it's definitely on my list of places to go. Another place if you love Italian food is Amano. This one is near Britomart, so it's central, and it is also kind of like on the expensive side, but it's so nice. The food there is really good. It's a great atmosphere as well. This is somewhere I would take my family for sure. It's really nice experience. Also in the Viaduct is Oyster and Chop. I went there for my graduation dinner, and my grandparents and my parents loved it there. They could not stop talking about it. They have great oysters, and it's another Italian spot. Great bread. They had, what did we get? We got like their meat there is just so good. They had like lamb chop and like chicken. So yeah, check that place out. It was really good when we went there, and obviously they had really great, customer service. The vibe there is also kind of like a little bit elevated. So what you wear maybe be a little bit more elevated, but it's not like they're going to turn you away if you're more casual. It's right near the water as well. This one you can like sit outside and see the water. So if you want the kind of like waterside experience, then when you're booking online, just ask for an outside chair, and then you can kind of feel like you're eating near the water. It's really nice. If you're not trying to spend like a whole bunch of money, maybe you're like falling on a budget, been there, still there, I have some recommendations for you. So more affordable places. I took my mom to Lucky 8. Lucky 8 is an Asian fusion, and everything on the menu is $8. So it's like little plates that you can share, get for yourself. You would usually get like multiple and share with the whole table, but it's really good bang for your buck, and you get to try a lot of different food. You can like almost like try the whole menu if you want, but if you're on a budget and you don't want to get everything, you can just get a couple things and it still won't be as much money. So Lucky 8 is in Ponsonby. Ponsonby is a great place to go for like if shopping as well. It's not like a big shopping center where everything at every shop that you would want to experience would be there. But Ponsonby is like a hot spot in general. Like if you want to go clubbing or going out to bars, if that's your scene, then maybe you want to check out Ponsonby. That is where Lucky 8 is. And me and my mom went at night. I feel like nighttime is kind of like the vibe when you go to Lucky 8. And most people go there like before they're going out. So people are going to be dressed up, but you don't have to dress up. Yeah, it's a really great like kind of in-betweener of like fancy, but not too fancy and not expensive. Jungle 8 is more central. Ponsonby is not as central. Jungle 8 is like basically in the city. So if you're trying to stay within the city, this might be somewhere you want to try. It's still Asian fusion. I think it's more like Thai, Vietnamese. It doesn't really say on the website exactly. But it is like just says it's Asian inspired food. Really good, similar where everything is on the cheaper side. It's not all $8. I remember last time I went there, it was like things were $8, some things were like $9, but still on the more affordable side. You can try the whole menu if you want, or just get a few things. Freedom and Gray. This is, I don't know why people don't go here. Me and my partner used to go there like every weekend. It's kind of a drive for us now that we've moved, but Freedom and Gray is like a pizzeria, but they also have like pasta and other things. So Freedom and Gray, they have $6 pizzas from 12 to 2 p.m. and 5 to 7:30 p.m. So every single day, if you go between those hours, then you can get $6 pizzas. And that's what me and my Max do. This me and my partner do. We have tried probably all the pizzas there, and it's like a flatbread pizza and it's a pretty decent size. I highly recommend that place, especially if you're trying to like fall on a budget. It's a really like cool vibe as well. Really chill, not too fancy. It's in Ponsonby area, so if you're in Ponsonby, then check out this place. Okay, last but not least, we have Indiamo. This place is also on the more affordable side, probably not as cheap as the last 3 places I've tried, but it's more medium to expenses. It's in Ponsonby and it's called Indiamo. And this is, again, Italian food. Great bread, great salad, really good macaroni and cheese. I think that's what they're kind of known for. Like every time I've gone there and I don't know what to try, they always recommend their macaroni and cheese. You cannot go wrong with any of these places. Like literally everything on the menu is really great. Most of them, except for White and Wong's, I've been to multiple times and have never failed me. So I would take my family to these places, and I recommend you to go to these places. Yeah, those are my recommendations if you come to Auckland, guys. These are the places I would take and have taken my family to, so highly, highly recommend these places. I've lived here 5 years, and these are my go-to things, my go-to experiences. So yeah, this is exactly how I'd show off to anyone who came to visit. I would go to these places so they could see how beautiful it is, how good the food is, and get a little shopping. I hope this helps you on your trip when you're trying to book something over here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!